Okay, bear with me here. This is my first video. There's nothing worse than somebody talking a lot during a review, so let's get on to it. What I've got here is I've got the pump. I just got it today. I couldn't find any decent reviews online before I bought it. Everybody's buying it. It's sold out everywhere. You have to wait to get it. If Sweetwater or somebody else gets any in, they're gone right away. So I bought it on a whim. Figured if I didn't like it, I can just send it back. I got it from Sweetwater. So what I've got here is I've got a kick, snare, bass, electric guitar, and I've got it running through my Cranbourne here. This is the only thing that's going to be active is the pump. What I'm going to do is I'm going to post a link in the video of the dry tracks and the wet tracks so that you can listen to them yourselves, because as you know, YouTube doesn't do that well on audio. I'm gonna actually compare this to the plug-in version. I don't have the universal audio version, but I do have the T-Rex version of the distressor, which apparently this is supposed to be based on distressor. At least that's what everybody's saying. I've never used an actual real distressor, only the plug-in, which I've barely used that. I'm just going to do some comparisons on video here. You can listen to them and then go to the links and you can listen to the wet versus dry tracks and the pump versus the plug-in. What I'm going to do on the tracks with the that you can listen to is I'm going to match the plug-in settings with the actual pump as close as I possibly can. So you'll be able to hear all three tracks. So it'll be 12 tracks total. Kick, snare, bass, electric guitar. There will be 4 dry tracks, 4 with the plug-in settings matching the pump, and then the pump on each. So let's go ahead and get started and listen. I'm waiting to pause the video, but if you notice, it kind of skips as I go through and make some changes. Okay, so what we're going to do first is the kick, and we're going to do a dry kick. We're going to just turn on the dry kick here and let you hear that. Hopefully it comes through okay in the video. Alright, I've got it on loop, so I've got the kick soloed in Studio One, and now I'm going to turn on pump. Now I've got going out here. It's got a bad light, so if you are clipping going in, oh, that lit up. Let me turn that down a little bit. I've got the attack. Here's the ratio here. I've got it on 3. Let's just flip through and see what it does. So that's really I think I like it better on 3. It's got saturation. I don't know, it kind of takes a little of the thump out of it for me. I'm not a big fan of it on the kick. The attack mod, I haven't read the manual. I'm assuming this is some type of knee, some type of compression knee. Yeah, I think as I turn it to the right, it sounds like to me it's giving a harder knee, but I'm not sure. It's got an octave release. Not a fan of that on the kick. that's letting you know when the knee is hitting. So if I turn this off. Yeah, the odd thing about this is when you have it off, all the lights turn on. That's weird. I thought that was very strange. It confused me at first, so I couldn't figure out whether I had it on or off. We're only getting 1 dB of gain reduction. I think it sounds... See, it opens up when it's off. I tell you, little goes a long way with this because we only got 1 dB gain reduction, and there's a huge difference in the kick. Gets a lot tighter. Alright, so you hear that sounds like on kick. Alright, let's try the snare. Turn the snare on. Alright, that's off, bypassed. I will say this attack knob is very strong. I've actually never had a compressor out of the ones that I have that make such difference in the sound on the attack. You see that fast attack? Kind of. Maybe it's the attack mod that's making it do that. Let's turn that all the way down. It's still pretty strong. I will say I'm liking this attack mod. It makes it very versatile. Like I said, I assume you're adjusting the knee. Alright, let's hear without it. We're only getting 3 dB. Let's see with if we bump the ratio. the saturation. And for the saturation, looking at the side of it, it looks like it's got 4 germanium diodes. That's what they look like to me. All right, let's try the bass. Sorry about the clicks. I like that saturation. Alright, let's see if we can do some heavy bass compression here, see what we get. Fast attack. Oh wow. So yeah, that's the thing about this. The attack on it, that's what it was doing to the drums. It almost adds like a distortion. I've never actually heard that in a compressor. I found that odd. And it's not really the saturation, it's of course we're getting 30 dB of gain reduction. That's probably a little something to do with it. Try the opto release on it. Oh, well, we know what the opto release is good for. It sounds great on this bass. This is just a plain old bass DI it has been run through, all these tracks, by the way, have been run through a Neve clone 73 pre and a Neve 542 tape emulator before they were put in the DAW and put through this comp here, but they've had no other compression, just that. I will say I like this on bass a lot. By the way, hit the like and subscribe button and ring the bell, and I'll do more videos like this. I've got a lot of gear and I'm constantly buying stuff, to the detriment of my credit cards. I've got a IGS, a Smart, just got the DBX the other day for a snare, parallel snare compression, IGS Blue Stripe, the Golden Age Premier 73 Neve tape. I've got 2 of those. I've got the 543 compressor. I've got a couple IGS 5-band parametric EQs. By the way, they're awesome. As far as I know, it's the only 5-band parametric EQ made in a 500 series. It's the only one I can find anyway. I've got another IGS bus compressor because I use one for drums and I use one for mastering at the same time. And then I've got 2 of the IGS 1176 classic clones, which sound really great on crushed drum rooms. I've got a bunch of other gear too. I've got a tube driver. I've got a rubber bands EQ from IGS. I've got a big, I don't know, I've got it all in. I've got it all in these right here. These are on Amazon, by the way, if you're into 500 series gear. Sorry to get off track, but if you're into 500 series gear and you want something to keep your stuff safe when you're not using it, yeah. So yeah, I've got another tape tube driver. That's the big, what is that? Oh, that's the other IGS EQ. Yeah, I think it sounds great on bass. Like, I like it better on bass than drums. I thought it sounded good on the kick too. It seemed to fatten up the kick. Alright, now let's try it on electric guitar. Alright, that's nothing. I usually compress electric guitar 4-to-1, 3-to-1 usually. So this is a good comparison. Let's see. Sorry about the that buzz in the background on the recording. Let me get it off Opto. Getting about 7 dB of yeah, so like most VCAs, you reduce the input and you get less compression. This would be like adjusting the knee on an electric guitar when you use a API 2500. I think it adds a little something to the guitar. I like the way it sounds. I mean, I think I'll probably keep it. It seems pretty versatile. I think I'll play with it a little bit more and dial it in and stuff. But alright, let me pause this for a second. I'm going to set the plug-in up. Okay, I'm back. Alright, I've got the plug-in set up on this electric guitar to let you hear the difference between the plug-in and the compressor, the actual compressor. Alright, so you see the settings I've got here set up. I've got them about as matched as I can get them here. Same compression, I tried to level match it and everything. Distortion to, I'll switch between both and see what it sounds like. I didn't mess with any of the side chain stuff or any of that because this doesn't have any of that, so we'll leave that alone. But alright, let's hit play and let's see what we got here. Alright, this is the track dry. And I'm going to turn the plug-in on. this bypassed. Looks like we're getting about 4 to 6 dB in gain reduction depending. Let me try these different distortions. I think number 2 sounds better to my ears. Alright, now I'm going to switch back between this and the hardware. Fix this loop so we can keep it going the whole time. Alright, this is the hardware. And we're getting about the same gain reduction. We're getting about 4 to 7, which is what we're getting out of there. Both set on 4 to 1. The saturation is on here. Now I'm going to switch back and forth between this and the plug-in. I don't know about you, but the hardware is so much better. I can hear it's smoother sounding, it's more warmer. The plug-in is, I can basically hear the digital artifacts in it. It's way harsher to my ears. I don't know how it's coming through on YouTube, but maybe when you check out the tracks, you'll hear it for yourself. But I'm gonna recreate all this, download the tracks and upload them. I'm gonna do it, match it the same way I did it on the video for you, and set it up, and you can check them out. You can play it on your own monitors and see what you think. That's back to the plug-in. I'm gonna turn the saturation off on the plug-in. On the hardware. I turn the sat off, and I'm gonna turn the distortion off on the plug-in. And let's try that. All right, I think I'm going to do it for the ones you can listen to online in the link. I'll do all of them, but I don't think for the video that we need to go any further as far as comparing the plug-in and the hardware. To me, the hardware just absolutely blows that plug-in away. I don't know if the UAD distressor version is any better or not, but I'm not sure if Empirical Labs make a distressor compressor that they also sell. I have no idea. But look, let's face it, plugins are never going to sound as good as hardware. They just are not. Much to what people want to believe, it's just not happening. It's why I went all analog gear. I just couldn't get the sound I wanted out of plugins. It'd take me forever to dial them in. This stuff is so intuitive. It's night and day difference in your mixes. And a lot of people, they listen to one track and they'd be like, some plugins versus some hardware, it's like, oh, there's only a little bit of difference. Maybe the hardware sounds a little better, but at the end of the day, it's the cumulative effect. I mean, you got some songs that have 70 tracks. They're all going through hardware being processed and then mastered through hardware versus being processed in the box on plugins and being mastered through through a plugin chain. The difference is night and day. Let's just put it this way: the hit songs that you hear on the radio, 99% of them were at a minimum. They were mastered through analog gear, and they were almost certainly recorded on analog gear. So with analog pre's and such, there's just no comparison. I see people debating online all the time, and it's kind of a pet peeve of mine because once you go analog, forget about it. When I do a mix now, I rarely use 10 plugins, and I always make sure that if I do use plugins, the last thing in my chain is an analog piece of gear, and it goes through that analog to get rid of those digital artifacts. I want to hear the analog. And this Cranbourne is also an audio interface. So I've got the Cranbourne, and I've got 2 ADATs. So I've got a total of 24 channels. I can mix drums and a bunch of other stuff at the same time, and the difference is vastly night and day. But anyway, I appreciate you watching. Check out the links in the description of the video so you can hear it through your monitors with better sound quality than YouTube offers, so you can really hear the differences of what we did here. And I hope you enjoy it. And hit the like and subscribe button and ring the bell, and I will do more comparison videos like this, and try to get just straight to the point for you. Anyway, thanks for watching.